Today, Mr. Daniel Do, he's a director of Prince's film entitled Beautiful Strange in Japanese. So, welcome to Purple University.
Thank you so much.
We have many topics, but at first, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Daniel D'Or. I think maybe last night, or if you had heard me, there were a few things that I talked about. I don't know if I don't want to repeat it, but so my background is film and TV. I've been making since I was a kid. I went to school for film and television. And I've made about, I don't know, I mainly make feature films. I used to do a lot of action pictures, Asian pictures too, martial arts. My business partner is a guy named Paul Raposky, and he is Jackie Chan and Jet Li's trainer. Like he works with them. So I was very much involved in a lot of action pictures that were filmed in both Hong Kong and North America. And I just wanted to do more, so I did a lot of science fiction, a lot of CGI. It was interesting, but I wanted to do more, and I wanted to do productions that gave back to people, something that helped other people. So the rest of my life, I decided I would do that to give back. When I started with the Prince film, it wasn't about, I didn't really know what I was getting into. I was trying to help someone else make this film, but they didn't know how. And after Prince passed away, I learned very quickly that everyone had their own reason for doing it. They wanted to share their experience with Prince, like how they knew him and were connected, and so everyone did a book and things like that. But as I got to know the fans, and I spoke about this, I think, with you, I realized there was something very different about Prince fans than any other fans. That Prince had this ability to bring us together and make us a family. Not a cult, not following something. We really so appreciate Prince and his messaging. His messages, I always say, is love and unity, bringing people together. Big, small, young, old, everything. And that's the gift that Prince gave, I think, to all of us. And what's interesting is we all watched Prince from the beginning till his end, and we saw his life change. We saw him making his mistakes, and right out of the explosion of when he was young, he went into that sexual phase, and that was just him releasing everything from within him. And so Spike Moss, who was the gentleman in the film, a remarkable human being, was really like a father figure to Prince, mentor, and helped him through it. And I've become very close with him. He's a very special man. And the closer I got to the film and making the film, I was absolutely taken by the fans. The fans were overwhelming to me because they just loved each other, and it was so much fun. And now I feel like I'm with you. I'm in that family, I don't feel on the outside, like trying to figure out Prince and what's the movie about. I feel like just a super fan. And you've done so many remarkable things too.
Thank you
so much. So when I just wanted to tell you, when I started this film, I really didn't know where it was going until I went into the community, and they wouldn't talk to anyone. Everyone was very closed about Prince, and it was shocking. But I think once I got through and they realized that I wanted to do a film about just really honoring him and honoring the fans, just really honoring him and explaining who this man was. So that's why I had to go back to the beginning, back to his roots, his young roots, and what inspired him to become who he became.
Became Prince. Mr. Nelson became to Prince.
He became, but what are the things that helped him, that made him become that way? But what we do know is that he excelled beyond at a very young age, because the family, that band, were so, they were successful, they were really, really good, and as I put in the film, they brought him as a kid into their band. And to meet these men, like for the film, it's the first time they've all gotten together since 50 years ago, since they were a band with Prince. So it was very special to have this band there talking about Prince. It was unbelievable. You know, they're all older men, and I almost wanted to bring out instruments and get them to do something. But so one last thing, I wanted to say there's so much about Prince, and I have like 10 hours of footage. Right? Making this movie, how do you talk about Prince? How do you really refine it down to this? So I have so much material, but I had to try and figure out how to make a story, and I hoped I did what I set out to do, was to give, you know, the story of his life from the beginning. I hope I did it right, and I feel good about it.
May I have a question to you?
Yes.
Before you were directing, before you start your professional work, what is the first impact of Prince? What is the first time to listen to him or watch him or acknowledge him?
I grew up with Prince's music, but I was more into rock and roll.
Rock and roll?
That was because my family was in music, so I was really focused on Canadian rock and roll. And Prince seemed strange to me. But, you know, he was just, I didn't connect with his music. It was something, I just couldn't figure it out. And once I started to understand who he was, I re-listened to all the music, and it was different, completely different for me. I became overwhelmed with his music and with his messaging, because someone said, listen to the lyrics. There are stories here that are so poetic. He is a poet. He knows how to express certain ideas and, you know, his life as he was going through. And you know, the music, like you guys, I can't pick favorite music. It's just everything he's done is so beautiful.
What is the first song you heard?
Well, always, I mean, we always go back to Purple Rain, and strangely enough, I can't get enough of it. I don't know why. That song, like, it's just, it has so many memories for me. And seeing that that halftime, wow, that's always something, eh? It's just, there's nothing like it.
Okay. After you listened to Prince, you bought his album every
Oh,
year?
oh yes. In fact, I started looking for, well, as soon as I got to know the people in Minneapolis, and they saw how excited, it was one night. I remember I had just done some interviews very early on, and the Prince fans came to my house. We were renting an Airbnb, and we had a big screen TV, and we had a little party. We had some wine and beer and some food, and all of those fans these are the fans that went to Prince's home, you know, to every week for his private parties. It wasn't private, it was open to anybody. Anybody could walk in to his house, and he would perform all night, and then he would dance with them on the dance floor. I think you may know a bit about this, but no drugs, no alcohol, no smoking, and no phones. No phones, because he wanted you to be in the moment. I forcibly put that in.
He just focus now.
Yes. And after a while, these fans, like, can you imagine your group right now? This group, this room, because you're about the size of what would be there in his home where he would be performing. Can you imagine if Prince walked into this room and started performing at this very moment? He just walks in, he gets going, and like, how do you deal with that? It's just so amazing. Well, that's what these people experience week after week after week. So we would just be dancing and playing, and he wanted you to just be in that moment. What a special treat they had. What a special treat. So that's what I wanted to really get across, because they never shared their stories. They never shared that experience. They were very protective of Prince. Many people are protective of him. The ones that aren't protective of him want to make, you know, they want to have, like, well, I worked with Prince from this year to this year, and they write a book about it. Or it wasn't celebrating him. And I just wanted to celebrate Prince. That's all I really wanted to do, was to say, this is a man that has changed people like you and me, unlike any other fan base. You know, we are really connected. It's not like we're following a cult or whatever. Prince brings people together. And that's what's so special about fans of Prince, you know? I've always felt welcome. I've always felt loved. The parties have been incredible. There's a party in Minneapolis every year called Shockadelica.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
Yeah, one time, yes.
Okay, so
yes.
Shockadelica are the really incredible fans and the people that have worked with Prince. And it's in a warehouse, and it's DJ'd by Prince's DJ.
Yes.
He's fantastic.
Yes.
In fact, I want to bring him to Japan. He's such a great guy. But he has so many stories about Prince because they talked about music all the time. And I put a little piece of him in the film talking about, you know, automated music. And the thing about Shockadelica is, when I first went there, first time, I'm getting to know Prince, I'm getting to, everyone was so dressed up and wild and weird. There were lawyers from Texas, you know, big top lawyers. She had a wig on, purple glasses, whatever. And I thought, okay, this is costume, this is kind of weird. But as the night went on, I became one of them.
I was there with you.
Oh yeah, and it's so awesome because you just give up your soul, and people just love each other, and that's what this guy does. That's what he did.
Just a freedom for human.
Exactly.
Right? Not a doctor, a lawyer. That is not a matter. Just
Exactly.
a human to human.
Yeah, these are very intelligent people, but they just love this world of Prince. And now I understand it. From my perspective, I've seen a lot of performers and interviewed people. There is no one on this planet as remarkable as Prince. From my perspective, no one. No one is a performer like that. You can't go up on stage and dance and move, and you know, he's a costume designer, he's a singer, he's a performer. Like, who is that? Think of all of the people out there. Who does all of that? There are some people that come close, but, you know, and Michael Jackson is incredible. Like, we all love his dancing and his songs, and they're beautiful. But you know, the difference is that Prince pulled the fans into him.
Yes.
He loved the fans. They really were the family. Why? Because he was able to make them happy.
Yeah.
And so it was like a give and take between them. It was very powerful. Not just, hey, love me. Like, it wasn't about people loving him. It was about him sharing that love. That's cool. That's really cool.
From my point of view, there are many great musicians, artists here. Because Prince is Prince's song and Prince's personality is very close.
Yes.
Almost fit, same. So when we listen to him, we can feel his mind.
Yes. That's right.
That's why his music have a power to connect to people. I got a lot from them. Sorry for my poor English, but I tried my best. And today I met many friends here, and I also have many friends in States, England, Germany.
Wow.
Yeah, because of Prince. Do you like Prince? Yes, we made a friend.
See?
Yeah.
It's a connection,
Yeah, that is, I think, one of the biggest gift from him.
And it's not just, you know, hey, you're Prince band connected. You just instantly become connected, right? Because the man really promoted love and unity.
Yes.
Didn't matter what we look like, how big we are, how small we are, how old we are. And that's such an incredible message in this world, right? That we all come together. You know, look at this group. It's just my heart explodes when I see you because it's such a cross range. But I know we all feel the same thing. That's what's so incredible about this. It's not like we look at him as a god. We don't idolize the man as a god.
No.
He just gives us so much, and he makes us better.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
we
yeah,
become
true,
better
true,
for ourselves,
true.
other than just idolizing him.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's special.
Yes. Today I show you my close friends. They have his own personality, and they are very creative people.
Yes.
So I have many Prince friends. There, everybody is creative, right? And so
Well, just look at this.
yes,
I mean,
yes, thank you
this-
so much.
this is
yeah.
This is there's a lot of these things
Mhm.
by Paisley Park.
There's back, out of fence.
This is one of the most beautiful ones I've ever
Mhm.
seen. I really, really like that.
Thank
because
you.
oftentimes, it's just signatures or whatever. This is absolutely beautiful. It's a piece of art. I'd put that on my wall. And actually, the angle with the background of the building, it's just such a great shot. I was there at that fence, and there was so many there
Yes.
and so many people. But you put this up, and I went, wow, that one is amazing. I really, really love it. And you were telling me the story about
Yes,
you passed this around.
Yes. Me and my close friend made it with a handmade,
Wow.
and it's like a Japanese taste. So cherry blossoms here, and Japan flag is here, and I sent it to Osaka. I sent it to Fukuoka.
Wow.
I did send it to Saga, Nagoya. I brought it to Nagoya, and I met Mr. Sugiyama. He wrote something here, and Mr. Suzuki, his art is here, and many creative artists on one flag. And I sent it to my close friend Heidi.
Oh yeah.
Heidi, she's a top of Purple Playground,
Mhm.
and she's now keeping it.
Wow.
And when she hold Prince Party, she always showed it. And once again I went to Shokadelica event. She showed it.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
still not only Japanese people, all of yes.
But I love the Japanese on one side and the heart on the other. That makes so much sense. That tells you
Thank
everything.
you. And also the musicians they visited Tokyo. Adrian Crutchfield,
Yeah.
Cassandra O'Neill, they also maybe here. And Tao Power, member of Tao Power, they wrote
Yeah.
that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this man has been everywhere, interviewed everyone. I'm going through his book, and it's astounding how many people you actually interviewed, but such interesting. See, that's the thing about these people. Everyone, even though they're talking about Prince or their time with Prince, they also talk about themselves changing, and that's my
Yes.
whole overview of Prince is that we all change a little bit. We become better. And I think maybe I was telling you, I was never able to say I love you. That's not my thing. I just, growing up, my dad and I, tough guy or whatever, we never said we loved each other. And all of a sudden, I'm into this Prince thing, and somebody says, now I'm comfortable with saying, I love you. It's like, Prince did that. Like, he changed my whole perspective.
Yes.
I have no fear of saying
Yes.
that, and
Yeah.
I mean it. It's not just saying it. You can say it; it's a word, but I'm closer to people. I think I've learned more about myself because of Prince.
Yes.
That's the gift that he gives.
Yes.
And the cherry on top is the music, right? And everything in his performances. That's the cherry on top. But yeah, he's done so much, and this book really demonstrates that. This is an amazing book. I'm spending tonight with it to read it.
Thank you.
It's so cool. You were telling me that someone said there was an error in it, and you had to change it, and you had problems with the estate. So I had issues with the estate as well. Everybody does. And it's not uncommon because there was no will. If there was a will, it would all be fine. I'm not sure if Prince did that intentionally or not. Maybe he's up there looking down and laughing at them all, fighting, because they're fighting over his money and the future and albums and those people who were in the courtrooms and fighting over the money or whatever. I really just wanted to share the film with them. I sent it to them. So I'm talking about the lawyers. I think the estate liked the film, but these were the lawyers from Comerica. But soon as it started to go into the other group, they wouldn't even talk to me. I just said, look, here's the film, take a look at it. It's fine. And being the film guy, I knew the legal side of things, what I could do. So every step of the way, I was very, very careful. To the point that there was one point where
many stairs.
Many stairs.
Yeah.
But to the one point where the estate said, nope, you can't do it. I said, oh, really? Yes, I can. And I fought them back, and I got through. But people get scared, right? Because they have so much money. They have Prince's money. They're using Prince's money to fight everyone. And after, what, 7, 8 years now, no one is giving everything from Prince out. Like, why are you keeping it from all of the legals, you know? It becomes like they're protective of it. Share him with the world.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. It's not about money. It shouldn't be about money.
True. I made a book of this, and I interviewed my friends like Adrian Crutchfield, Mr. Greg Boyer, Nick West, Mr. Paul Peterson. Everybody says it's okay. I answered the interview with no money. They say it's for Prince.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was very moved.
Wow.
This is not official one.
Yes.
But everybody know the mind is official.
Wow.
Your movies too. Estate says no, but estate people and the Prince family is a bit different because we grow up with the Prince's music, so maybe we can feel your spirit in your movie. That's why we moved.
Well, I was overwhelmed. Making the movie was very difficult for me. It was because I really, really got close to Prince, and to the point that there was so much conflict around him that I always stopped. I started thinking, this is how I got through it. I started to ask myself, okay, we're going to film this, but I know we're going to have this problem. They're going to try and stop us. So I would always stop and say to myself, what would Prince want me to do? What would he want? Not me. What would he want?
True.
And I have to tell you, that got me through making this film. I just kept thinking of him because he's so smart. He's so brilliant, this man. From a business point of view, all the things that we know of, and he's made some mistakes, but still, he's brilliant. He carried me through the film. And I'm not talking like spiritually or whatever. I was purely intellectual. But I'll tell you one other thing, last thing. You know, his doves have left. He had his birds up top. This is very strange. And again, I'm not like spiritual, paranormal, psychic, but this really strange thing happened all the way through this movie. And I can prove it. So what it was everywhere I went to film, everywhere, there was one dove sitting perched near us. Always. Not only that, it became so strange to us, shocking, and it was only one. There weren't three, you know, flying around. There was only one. And we started to take pictures to prove that this was the case. And I wrote something, a blog with all of the pictures of this one dove. We were in Palm Springs in the desert, in the middle of nowhere, flat desert, and we had a dove with us. I have pictures. We were all just sitting there. We had to stop. We had to stop working. We had to stop everything and sit on the ground because it was too overwhelming. It's like, what is happening? And then I started to go everywhere. Now, you know how when you can't find a cup in the kitchen, but it's sitting right there? Well, the opposite is where you may think, if you're thinking of a special car, like a Mercedes car, that's all you'll see on the street, right? Well, what happened to us is everywhere we went, there was purple. And purple's not a common color. It is with Prince, but in general society, it's not a common color. Everywhere we went to film, and I also have pictures and it's in my blog, there were these trees that had purple flowers. I had never seen trees with purple flowers, ever. But everywhere we went, there were trees with purple flowers. I had to find out, what is that tree? So I'd go and ask someone and they'd say, oh yeah, that only blooms for 1 week and then it's gone. And we happened to be filming there.
Oh.
It's like, so it was like almost a joke, but it was also kind of exciting. There was something about it. So much happened in this film. So much happened on set. So I wanted to share that.
Yeah.
It's silly, I know, but it's like, wow.
Yeah, I think it's true because only I have many experience that is like a miracle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We are so sorry we lost Mr. John Blackwell, and he went to come to Tokyo with Nick West, and I take care of John, and I took him to a hospital.
Wow.
And but Nick West and the other band member already went back to the States, so only John was here.
Wow.
So he left alone. He was in the hospital. He was in a hotel room, so I took him to a hospital. And Nick was very anxious about that, so that she always sent me a talk to her. And finally, it's a pity we lost him. After that, Nick West got married. So Nick called me, Taki, please come to my wedding party to Arizona. I said yes.
Wow.
I said yes because she said John is not here, but Taki is with me. She says, okay, I will be there. ジョンがね亡くなった後にリクエストの結婚式がこれはもうジョンの代わりに行こう。I decided to flew to Arizona.
Wow.
And I stayed in Arizona hotel,
Yeah.
and Arizona was too hot.
Yeah, very.
ホテルロビーにいたんですけどね。I was in a hotel lobby, and I go outside and walking around. Too hot. I already checked out, but I came back to the hotel room, a hotel lobby. I was sitting there.
Wow.
A black lady came here. Her name is Lynn Mabry, and she is a partner of Sheila E.
Oh.
Lynn, she said, Taki, why are you here? I'm joining a wedding. Nick with
Yes.
joining a wedding party. She said,
Wow.
and I asked her again, why are you here? Sheila is there.
Wow.
So I met Sheila again in Arizona.
Wow.
Miracle.
Incredible. Small world.
She said, she'd ask me, we would do some rehearsals,
Yeah.
so you can come. So I watched their rehearsal.
You've really been around. You've really connected with so many people. It's
And
awesome.
I shoot their video.
Amazing.
After that, I went to a wedding party, Nick West wedding party. Sheila said, call Nick West here.
What?
No, she's a wedding party, so you can come.
That's awesome.
ありえます。アリゾナにリクエストのウェディングに行ったらシーラインのホテルで会うっていうのは本当にあるんですよね。
That's amazing.
Maybe everybody has like a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
for me, the only one was this movie. Like what I was telling you, I've never experienced anything like that with the dove. Nothing in my life like that.
So I can understand it. The always one dove watching over you.
Wow.
I feel same.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm just so honored to be here in Japan, spending time with you, because this is one of the best experiences I've had. Because in making the movie and the business side of it, it can be intense. You're focused on it, but to be with people that really celebrate Prince is where I feel most comfortable.
Mhm.
And this is just such a pleasure. I can't thank you enough. It's really special for me.
Thank you. May I have one question?
Yes, please.
This is purple world.
Yes.
Everybody already have purple rain.
Yes.
They already have rap sexy, have everything. But new generation did not know. They don't know Prince.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah.
So, what is the best way to spread?
Wow,
Watch his movie.
Well,
how do you think that?
It's one of the reasons why I made the movie, because of the next generation. I'm doing another film now for the next generation. I really think that it's passing it down. I won't be here, and now the documentaries that I can make for the future. So I'm really, really happy that I got this to do this. This was an honor and experience, because I can give that to the next generation. They can maybe get a sense of who he was. We know, and strangely enough, I do go to Purple Nights parties, and I'm surprised. I often see 20-year-old, 18-year-olds there. They're so into the music, so I really think it resonates with a younger crowd. I hope that it'll catch fire, and they will be able to share it like we do. That's my hope.
What is your next project about Prince?
About Prince? Well, it's interesting, because I was really amazed with the fans, as you know, and I interviewed some people that gave me astonishing stories. That they say I'm alive because of him. They were gay when they were younger, and it was a really fulfilling moment to hear these stories from everybody. How it helped them, what it did. But even without it, everyone's got their problems. Everyone's got issues, and we all share it. What I love is that we've got an outlet here, right? We can go out and dance and sing to Prince and spread it. What I really want to do is to just keep that going, and anything I can do to help that. But specifically, you were asking, were you wanting to specifically ask something that? What did you ask me? You asked me. Please let me know your idea how to spread. Yeah. So it's a hard thing to answer.
Sorry.
No. But I said it because of the film and those parties, the Purple Nights. That's the thing. If you have a party, if you set it up in a venue and have a Purple Night, they will come. Guaranteed. Just put a little bit of promotion out there, have parties at Purple Nights, because in Toronto and a lot of the cities that I go to, there's always Purple Night. And it's 20-year-olds going. So it does pass over.
Okay. Yeah. I still keep going here.
Yes.
Okay. Next question is, please pick 3 songs of Prince. just today's feeling. Pick up. No, not for you. To new generation. Please pick up 3 songs of Prince.
Well, the things that really connected with me when I first, I was telling you, I'm sorry, I don't know if I said this. We had a party in that room. I don't think I finished that, where my group, my cameraman, and the people were there, and a lot of the fans came, and also there were some celebrities there, oh gosh, my mind. What's that picture of Prince kissing the woman?
Gail Chapman.
Gail was there. Some really interesting people. And we had a big screen TV, and we put on Prince's performances, where there were, 10 people on stage or 15 people. And the room was amazing. Like the music that I heard, the songs that I heard, everything was incredible. I'm looking over here, and it's just, I would die for you. I mean, what a great song. It's very deep. That to me is a Prince moment. There's a song that really got me when I was in Minneapolis, and someone played it for me, and I never heard it. Yes, I mean that really is a powerful song for me, because it's just so loving of someone else, right? I would die for you. I love that song. And he wrote songs for other people that were so fantastic. There's one song called "The War." I don't know.
The
if you
War,
know
yes,
The
I know
War.
that.
Yeah.
War.
It's
Yeah.
not very common. Nobody really listens to it that much. But when I was there that night and I listened to "The War," I could hear these changes in music that I started to go, oh my God, I understand this musician. I know where he's going. Because I used to play in a band when I was younger, and I was overwhelmed with "The War." Like there was something in there. It wasn't like it was showing off. It wasn't showing off, it was just expressing. And I was enamored with that piece of music. So it's not, it's not one of the common ones that we all love.
Yes.
It's- Yeah.
1, 2, right?
And okay, I'll give you another song that I absolutely love, and it's so silly, and even Prince would say it's silly, Alphabet Street.
Alphabet Street.
I love that song. I don't know why, it's fun, like it's just fun, and I know he's having fun. So every time I hear that, I think of him having fun, performing it. Stupid, silly song, I know, but I love it, it's... And I know he does too. Like you could tell he's having fun, right? So when I was in Las Vegas, there's a band there, even still now on stage in Las Vegas, performing Prince songs. This guy is phenomenal. He's like, and he first comes out and he says, "Listen, I'm not Prince. I'm not pretending to be like Prince, but I'm going to perform for you tonight Prince's music." And it was shocking. Absolutely shocking. And I got to know this guy because I was going to put him in the movie. But he was a little bit, just a little bit difficult there. And I really wanted to help him in some way. The fans hated the idea. They said, don't put a Prince type performer in the film. They will hate you for it. So it wasn't that reason, but because he was so good. But I would go listen to him rehearse in his studio, and I could swear I'm sitting in the room with Prince. I mean, it was so good. I had that experience. I wanted to share it with everyone, but so many people didn't like the fact that don't pretend to be Prince. It's okay, we can play his music, but don't pretend to be him. And I understand it.
Yeah.
Many
gaps.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you for pick me 3 songs. I Would Die For You, The Wall, Alphabet Street.
I'm trying to think of something that really gets. Come on, what would be my I just have to say, because it's been the longest favorite of mine, and some people don't like it because it's been so long. But I can't seem to get enough of it, and tonight you just killed me when you put this on, because those songs are amazing, and to hear him do it. But I've always loved Purple Rain. And some people don't. It's too much, and I understand it. But for me, it's Prince. To me, that's Prince. And I think it's just because that's the one song I've known for so long that I have to always go to that song when I think of Prince. And I think most people do, right? Most people connect to that song. And I'm sorry, many people here don't, probably in your audience, don't speak English. So I don't know if I'm sharing those stories or...
Yes, thank you. Many people watch your movie, and maybe we can feel Prince through your point of view.
Oh, thank you.
That is very happy for us. Thank you so much.
I was so honored to make it, and thank you very much.
The final question.
Yes.
Can you come here again?
Oh my God, are you kidding? Honestly, I prefer to be here than in Minneapolis, because what I had the last couple of days and with you and the fans is so special. I love Japan. I think I mentioned to you yesterday too that as a young boy, I always dreamed about coming here.
Yeah.
I didn't want to come here for to do a movie, because I'm in the movie business, and I didn't want to come here as a tourist. I couldn't figure out what to come, and this couldn't have been, this is a miracle for me, to come for a Prince film, to be with you guys, and to be in Japan. It's mind-blowing. This is like the best thing that's ever happened to me, to be here. So I can't thank you guys enough. Like, this is one of the special moments in my life.
Thank you for coming to Purple University. You were the professor to the next.
And I love you guys. There you
Thank
go,
you so
I can
much.
say it, I can say it.